It's week 17 of the NFL, and we've got the Dolphins Offensive Player of the Year. He's putting together one of the better seasons in league history. It's the Dolphins and the Saints coming up next.
From a city that's played host to 10 Super Bowls, here's a look inside the Superdome in New Orleans. Today, Week 17 is upon us, and we've got a good one in store here, as it'll be the Miami Dolphins taking on the New Orleans Saints. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from the Superdome. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. Commanding the offense will be the 7th overall pick of the 2018 draft. It's Josh Allen.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3-to-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of a season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have a perfect game.
The numbers for him from a week ago, 19 carries, 74 yards.
And they've already clinched the playoff berth, so I'm eager to see how they approach this game, because some teams' philosophy is to go ahead and get guys out. Other teams' philosophy, continue to do what you're doing best. I expect them to go ahead and use their top guys all the way through this one.
A 5-yard pass on the heels of a 5-yard run. Good enough for the first. Hands it off out of the gun. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. So nothing doing there, and it's 2nd down. This defense for the Dolphins, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
And the way they did it was by getting after the quarterback. Sacked him 7 times in that game. Came from all angles, created a lot of illusions, and especially just beat them man for man. That's the kind of defense that really frustrates an opponent.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with a bandit.
And he is going to have a Saints first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1. Now Allen. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And that's their first sack of this game. But how about last week? 6 sacks. Great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On 2nd down, here's Allen. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. They'll make that a 2nd sack here on their first drive out defensively. And not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
But they're going to have to find a way to...
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Call it a loss of 4 there on the sack. And speaking of the number 4, it brings up 4th down now. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and it'll be Dolphin football. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their own 18. The drive starts with a run from Achane. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. On 2nd down, Tua. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And got his man complete. Touchdown. A great effort there. 83 yards. And the Dolphins will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
From the gun, it's Allen. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. John Mechie was his intended target. And it's 3rd down. You talk about this Miami defense. And this unit, very tough to throw against. Currently 2nd best in the NFL. Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. Daron Payne in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So the Dolphins offense heading out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And for them, it's no longer a question of will they make the playoffs. They've clinched the division title. The question, can they hold on to that #1 seed?
And this is where the mental fortitude comes to play, doesn't it? Because now you're not just the coach talking about it. It's team talking about it to each other, supporting each other, carrying each other along, because having that #1 seed means everything in the NFL.
There he goes, left side. It's a big play there for Miami. 54 yards.
Just to break down there defensively, it looked like someone got their wires crossed because no one seemed to pick him up at all. He's running free, and there's not a quarterback in the league who's going to miss that throw. That's a huge play.
They'll run. Achane. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Devon Achane. His 12th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The New Orleans offense set to take over. Been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Inside the 20. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Saints are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. And that one makes it 14-7. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Fair catch going to be taken, and this will be moved out to the 25. Devon Achane to the offense, ready to go once again. And you see his numbers from a week ago. He was up over 100 yards then, and he's already hit pay dirt here once in this one.
We always talk about quarterbacks and receivers getting into rhythm, right? Really feeling good, finding each other downfield. I think running backs operate the same way. They can hit a good rhythm and a good stride, and he's carrying it over from last week.
Setting to throw on 1st down is Tua. He's going to loft one deep left side here. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Dolphins. A big play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Dolphins go up by 2 touchdowns. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and it's now 21-7. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out. Out onto the field comes New Orleans.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Here's Allen to throw it. Throwing left side, it's complete. And it's a big play there as he is finally taken down on what will be a terrific final act of this first quarter. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Throwing now is Allen.
Caught left side by Mechie.
And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. So 3 plays, already first and goal, and they are wasting little time. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Saints are back within a score.
This is where, as a tight end, you've got to really sell that this is a run. They're going to fake the give, hope the linebackers bite, and here they do just enough. That split second, that's all it takes for that tight end to leak out into the end zone. Touchdown.
Elliott good with a PAT. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field.
Charles, this offense, they've been on a roll. 2 drives ago they scored. Remember, last drive was that one-play touchdown strike, so now they're looking to make it 3 for 3.
You know, I talked to a Hall of Famer one time about, hey, when you're on defense and these types of things are happening to you, what goes through your mind? And he told me at that point, it's not about schemes. It's not about what's called from the sideline. It's about players. Who's going to make a play, make a stand, and stop this offense from doing what they've been doing?
Tagovailoa to throw on second down here. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Give him 32 on the play. Tua going to throw. He's going to air one out. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside.
Back to the air on second down. Tagovailoa.
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Quan Martin. And the Saints are going to get it back here just past the 35. So the interception there. And, Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
Play action. Now it's Allen. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down. The Saints on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. To the air, Allen. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one good for 24 yards. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 41. On play action, Allen can't get away, and he's taken down. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's second down. Here's Allen. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete as well.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun.
This one thrown underneath to Achane.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin first down. Now Tua. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Now Achane on 1st and 10. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. A great play there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns as his guys are able to extend their lead. So not only is that his 3rd touchdown catch of the game, he's done it here in the first half.
I'm not sure defensively what they're going to come up with to slow him down, because already we're seeing him run past, over, through guys in order to make these catches. And being able to try and shut him down at this stage of the game is going to take a lot of effort. So maybe it'll open things up for some other people.
Well, they better figure something out, and soon. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill.
There he goes, left side. And they work this well upfield across the 45. First down now, but that clock rolling. Allen going to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Now Allen. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. Now inside the 25.
Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there. With his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year.
And the Saints get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
We see this a lot on 3rd and short yardage, especially down here in the red zone. They're going to sell out to stop the run, try and hold them to a field goal. But once the running back gets past the first wave, the resistance can evaporate after that. And he not only picks up the first, but he takes it all the way into the end zone.
Elliott on for the extra point. He's got it, and they're back within a touchdown at 28-21. So that drive, 4 plays, and a pretty good run there in the end to top it off. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And he'll elect not to run with it. And a fair catch on the kickoff will move the ball to the 25. The Dolphins taking over now late in this first half. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. Tua sets up to pass it. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Dolphins will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead now up to 14. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And Charles, you can't really fault him. He's over 100 yards already. He's not the reason they're losing.
And that is really unusual because ordinarily when you've set the tone this way and have run it this effectively, usually your team's in control. So it's a very strange situation. And you're right, you can't fault him. He's done a great job for his team thus far.
I'm guessing he's saying, feed me on the sidelines. Now will they continue to do it? A final shot before half for Allen.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
So we've come upon half.
Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the third quarter.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
With a fair catch taken short of the goal line, and they'll begin this third quarter at their own 25.
Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter.
As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well at most.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted.
And the Saints are going to take possession as they got it at the 42-yard line.
Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
From the 47, it's 2nd and 5. And they'll run on the inside handoff. 170 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Right back to him on first down.
And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
To throw, it's Allen. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Benson. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 31-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. On play action, Allen. And this one is incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker, defense.
And that flag accepted.
The roughing the kicker called on 4th down. What a big break. Leads to a 1st and 10. Allen now looks to throw. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now Allen. Under pressure, and they got to him again. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
So certainly in a pickle here. They have a mile to go to try to pick up the first. We'll see what they've drawn up.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
A 47-yard attempt.
The kick by Elliott is good. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11.
But whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin this second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over.
The last drive for this offense, Charles, you remember it ended in one play, that quick interception, but they do still have the lead as they start this drive here.
And that's something to focus on for them as well, because it's not quite no harm, no foul, but the interception, hey, shake it off, move on. Hasn't cost your team the lead, and now it's time to rebound. And the quarterback and his teammates, they can add to the lead with a good drive here.
Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Here's Tua. He's going to try and go deep again. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
There's no secret who they were trying to get the football to.
Well, no, they went to him on 1st down, 2nd down, 3rd down, all 3 incomplete.
Yeah, and when you're unable to connect and you force it in that direction, all you're doing is giving confidence to the defense. They feel like they're really hurting you in a big way.
And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. Over the middle, complete. That's Benson. Loose inside the 30. Inside the 10. And did he get in? No. Down at the 1-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 75 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on first and goal. Now they'll bring one of their tight ends in motion right. Allen. Pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Daron Payne able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Here's Allen to throw it. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. And the Dolphins are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. Well, I mean, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to them.
There he goes, right side.
He's got a full head of steam. The race is on.
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown.
Devon Achane.
His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Dolphins will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And the lead is up to 18 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down. Throwing now is Allen. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. And that'll bring up 4th down on the big sack with a loss of 5. Now a timeout called for by the defense. And that's going to leave them with just 1 timeout remaining still in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down.
3 quarters have come and gone. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here live in New Orleans.
Here's 2nd and 10.
It's Dolphin football. It's also Dolphin lead to begin quarter number 4. He's going to let it go again. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Partner, you and I have struggled with this for years. You got the lead. Just take care of the football and burn some of that clock. But there's something to be said for not taking your foot off the gas as well, because you can never have too big of a cushion. That one, though, falls incomplete.
Looking to pass. Tua. He's going to take another shot here. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Offenses all over continue to be aggressive, and most people never turn down a shot at a deep ball. But oftentimes, it attracts a little bit of extra attention, and it did on that play, and that one got knocked away.
Tua on 4th down. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Dolphins first down as they'll get the conversion on a gain of 14. Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa being chased out left. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. Touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Dolphins add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory. Extra point by Butker is on target, and they open the lead up now to 25. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Out comes the Saints offensive unit and the NFC playoff race. Let's have a look at it. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
Hey, you're impressed, aren't you?
I am impressed. That means 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
That does.
But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch.
And now off to the races down the right side. A big play there on the catch and run. 47 yards.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. And they'll come up 2nd and 7. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. 25 yards to the house. And the Saints are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Elliott good on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down to 18. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts. That will be their 3rd and final stoppage as they'll only have the 2-minute warning now remaining. The Saints say they have it, and they do. So the onside kick is recovered. And, you know, I always thought, Charles, as someone who didn't play these positions, that going over the middle as a receiver or trying to recover an onside kick, those are 2 very tough things to do.
Takes a lot of fortitude.
And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set him back on 2nd. Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. To the air, Allen. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
On 3rd and long, it's Allen. Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. And he's got his big tight end here. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And that will force a turnover on downs. 1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
It's been a dominant performance to this point, Charles, and this is probably exactly how they scripted this and envisioned it. They got a 3-score lead, 4th quarter, and a chance if they want to continue to pour it on here.
It is their call, isn't it? I mean, the way that they have taken on this game and the way that they have carried this game and have dominated this game, you're exactly right. Do what you want down the stretch. We are in the era of, hey, if you don't want us to do this to you, then you need to stop us. Their call to finish this one off.
And this is incomplete. Oh, that looked like a sure 6 points, but he could not get that to stick, and that is a golden opportunity wasted there.
21G. Ready.
Back to the air on second down, Tagovailoa. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
One of the great coaches said football's really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush one, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
And almost, but not quite. Needed 10, he got 9. Fourth down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first. Tua going to throw. Dancing to his left. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up second and 3.
Solo left side.
From the gun, it's Tua. Buying time to his left. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And oh no, it's incomplete. Well, it's a touchdown if he holds on, but somehow took his eyes off of it, falls to the ground, and brings up fourth down. Butker's kick here is good, and the Dolphins will add on to their lead. Well, no field goal attempts for him until the final quarter, but no hesitation on his end. He comes right out and nails his first field goal try.
I'll give him a lot of credit, too, because he stood there the entire ball game, but has managed to stay with it both mentally and physically. When they called on him, he was ready, and he knocked it through the posts.
And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25.
The New Orleans offense set to take over. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out, because now it's not a total loss, because as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Benson. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Here's Allen. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. Look at this. Middle of the field. A breakaway. And that might just cement it. A return for a late touchdown. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Saints again ready to go on offense. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers you would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And
Allen going to be intercepted for the third time.
And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Steps away to his left.
Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the third time. Picked off by Quan Martin. And the Saints are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December, right? It is the season of giving. Maybe for his own...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And the Dolphins will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
Facing this 4th quarter deficit, felt like they had to throw the ball, and on the other side, they were ready.
No doubt about it. They're playing situational football. They look at the clock. They know the lead that they have, and all they're doing is playing pass on every down.
Playing the pass, picking it off, and now big time in the driver's seat.
He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
21G.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Byron Murphy.
And the Saints are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.